So I just, my friend just commented on my new cards. And I always take whatever I get, like, it's a prompt. It's, let's do a collective energy update. Or I see a raven, or, it's always a little prompt. And so from the last collective reading, which was only the other day, things are moving forward rather quickly. Boom, 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 boom. Things falling into alignment. Everything I needed today was just there. Popped it in a bag, and my dear friend gave me a lift home with some coal because it's gone fucking freezing. How do you promote climate change? By making the climate change. There's a thought. Now, I hadn't finished my bag. I have done my cards. I've turned the sound right up. I hope it is. Oh, Kev's got me this bloody lovely mic, and every time I get a prompto, do it now, I'm always low on battery and I can't use two things at the same time. So let's crack on. I'm going to get my Ella Guru cards out, tarot. Beautiful set of cards. This was the prompt on my post. That's the back. So we're going to get a main major arcana for the energy at the moment, and then we're going to dive a little deeper into what's going on, what the fields are, what opportunities are available, protection of the highest level, what would the our highest selves, guides, ancestors like us to know, or what opportunities are available for us at the moment, or what are we working through. We'll take one major arcana, then we will work around that. Then I'll get the fairy cards out. We will go into the background story, whatever is going on. Thanks for the prompt. When you've got the energy, I think, I can use it and use it for good. Hopefully you can hear me. Stick the fucking speaker on my shoulder. Swearing a lot because I feel like I'm full of fire. Like literally. I'm on fire. It wasn't for the last 2 days, so that maybe a rebirth. I thought I was going home, wherever that is. I swear someone came and visited me. Did you want to coming home soon? I felt that bad. The Empress, of course, it's Empress energy. It's creation. It's divine feminine. And the Magician at the bottom, we are in the number 1 year. But look at her. Look at her. Just look at her. Right, so Empress energy, and she has her tail. She's like in her field. She's got multiple hands, so she's multitasking, and she's severed some heads. She's got her shield, so she's well protected. She's bountiful with all the fruit in her basket. She knows how to manifest. She knows how to call it in. She's like the mother. But yeah, birthing, rebirthing, nurturing herself and then others, and manifesting with this, like I said, one of them, it is this fire energy, this torch, this beheading of someone is like Queen of Swords. It's almost like the Empress has mastered every single one of the queens, and beheading of, is not literally cutting off people's heads, but cutting ties with that which no longer serves. I should get my glasses out, got the shield, protection, and she's half mermaid. And she's got this like crown on her head, which symbolises at the top she's got this, I think it's a star, and then this activation in the third eye. It's almost like, it is like embodying the high priestess. And then there's a rabbit in the background. So, bunnies. But with the magician at the bottom, the magician is the ability to have mastered all the other suits. So he's got his wand in his hand, and again, oh my God, there's the infinity symbol on a shelf at the back. He's got all his potions, he's got his wand in his hand. This is manifesting energy. He's got the skull, death, mastered the cups, mastered this little bottle of poison, whatever it is, mastered the devil, however he comes in disguise, pentacles, swords, wands and cup cards all on the table, 2 candles burning. Interesting. So we're going to keep an eye on those 2 candles, but we are in like the year of the magician, number 1. How's the sound? I may as well just put that on replay. Oh, my darling, is the sound all right? How's the sound? Just give us a thumbs up if you're there. So the Empress. And it's really weird, actually, roaming around like I do. I see a coach go past called the Empress yesterday. But that is the energy that we're in. We're rebirthing, and we're in our divine feminine. We are, creators of, with the magician at the bottom, fucking really positive cards. What have we got with the Empress? Number 3. Birthing new realities. We've got go outside. It's time to go outside. Tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. Come outside. Come outside. There's a lovely moon out there. Now, I literally don't know what the moon's in, but I can't make it up. Moon energy. After singing that song, it just popped in my head. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, the fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. But she is open to receiving. She's got her hands up, open to receiving. Are they glowing? Moon energy. So I'm not 100% sure what the moon is in at the moment, but there's moon energy about with, this is crazy, manifestation. So we've got the magician at the bottom of the card and manifesting. And this is the energy I'm feeling, and collectively be very honest and clear about what you want to manifest into your life. Now write it down on paper, manifestation step 1. Now I don't do that. I just put my hand on my heart and I say, bring it to me. She's got her wand out. And again, there's a wand in the Empress. One of those hands is holding this wand. There's fire energy available at the moment for manifesting, for bringing things in. It's very yellow, so it's very solar plexus. She's surrounded by roses, and she's got her little pixie socks on. But creativity, and I am, powerful, is very Empress energy as well. We have hidden depth. So again, this is going in. She's up to her waist in the water. She's this is a deep dive into your divine feminine, into the Empress that you are. And this is very green. So something hidden is about to come to light. perhaps a secret or a memory at the back of your mind. When we expose what's hidden, we can become free. And she's holding on to these petals. So if we have got a moon coming up, I mean, I don't know, I didn't even look. But this, whatever the moon is in at the moment, is bringing this manifestation, this fire energy, this nurturing. And again, like I say, she's got a fishtail, so it's definitely emotional in her field, in the water, hidden depth, going into what are my feelings about this, getting real vulnerable with oneself. And then we have life energy. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of giving energy to remind you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the darkness that needs to be healed. So again, we've got these two, it's almost like the sun and the moon, and they are both surrendering to. They've both got their heads up and they've both got their hands open like this, to surrender, to release whatever is coming up at the moment. Let it go, let it out, because we need to clear out. The more we clear out, the more we can shine. And there's something about the moon energy that is giving us the opportunity to do this, and it's saying go outside. So let's get some whispers of healing. Whispers of healing. Let's have one, and then I'm going to get the major arcana out again. Right, whispers of healing. We've got the Empress, moon energy, hidden depth, manifestation. Two lots of manifestation cards with the magician. And this, they've both got fire in their hands, the ability to be able to create. If you feel stuck, just make something. It took me 3 fucking days to make a map, and it's still like that. It doesn't matter. I did not give up. Like, I'm, just create, get making. It's being in the energy of the flow of creating, which is the most powerful state you can be in for manifesting, because you're bringing something to life. And that, unfortunately, is what AI is trying to take. Seek seclusion. Again, we've got this moon. I don't know if you can see it, but we've got this almost like, she's like seclusion, on her own, pulled away from. She's got some guy in the background who's admiring her, watching her. Could be a guardian angel, but there's a trumpet. The trumpet signifies a calling for seclusion. Be very selective, because going into seclusion is like, you are only open to a seclusion of close people that you trust and rely on. We're going to get some more on that. Peacock feathers on the right, and he looks like the Green Man. Seek seclusion. So seek. She's the only one in that card, and she's resting and she's at peace. So seek that seclusion. There is only one of you on this fucking planet, and that is seclusion, and that is Empress energy. And then we've got reliable at the bottom. Now there's a new moon there, but again, she's playing the harp in the dark, and she's got this, the sun is rising in the background, but all these candles are lit. So there's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 candles. Where did I see some more candles? there was 2. So that's 10 candles burning. There's a lot of, I'm going to get some more on those candles, but being reliable. I do what I say on the tin. If I'm not up for it, I'm not doing it. You know, it is that, it's not always being available. Being reliable isn't always being available for everybody all the time. And it may be asking us to be reliable in a state of seclusion. So you can rely on, well, you can rely on yourself in order to get or harness this moon energy, this manifestation energy, this Empress energy. We need to be reliable in that what we say we do. So if I get a calling to read cards off, I can read them. It doesn't matter what, where, when, whether, or, you know. Being reliable. Let's go a little bit deeper. The Empress. Let me give these a shuffle because I did do mine. Moon energy, hidden depth, manifestation. I mean, they're wands. There's like loads of wands, but there's this definite sun moon energy open to receiving, healing, illumination around the head in the dark. So the moon energy is things coming to light which illuminate us, normally about situations or about ourselves in the divine feminine, and the life force energy is in the divine masculine. Again, there's illumination around the head. This does feel like a very almost like it's a wake up call. Reliable, I feel, is reliable sources. The Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles talks about keep going, keep working, keep learning, keep doing what you're doing. She's weaving a basket. She's getting help from people. She's like, it's going back to college. It's mastering your skills and then leveling it up one. Keep going, studying new things. So Seven of Pentacles with the Fool at the bottom, which is a brand new journey. Again, that's just before the number 1. Oh my days. So we've got the Seven of Swords upside down. Thank God for that. Seven of Swords upside down. Something has been cleared out because it came out the right way up the other day. And the Seven of Swords was siphoning through. If you were going to dip your tail in the water, you'd want the water to be clean. You'd want the water to be reliable, a reliable source, right? So when it comes out upside down, it means that it's gone. That uncertainty, that siphoning through, mental has actually gone. She knows now because it's reversed. She knows what's clean water, what's not clean water. What am I going to dip my tail in? What am I not going to dip my tail in? And what did it fall out with? The Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is this fucking clarity. I'm sorry to swear, but fuck me. Ace of Swords. See the illumination around the top of the swords. This was news that came in, or a thought came in. Something pierced through that rose and was like, aha, I have the truth now. I know the truth of a situation. I know the truth within myself, and it's illuminated. It's illuminated and cleared out that Seven of Swords. Yeah, truth. And the Ace of Swords is a message or a thought pattern, or it could just simply be, I am the Empress. Boom. I am justice. I've got the sword. That's the magician. He is all of those. He has mastered all of those, which puts him in the energy of being able to, he knows he's in charge of his own reality and can manifest what it is that he wants in. The Ace of Swords could be the clarity to that. Actually, death. So there was a getting over, ending of self-doubt, circumstances. She is actually sitting on top of the skull, so she's mastered death. She may have even called in the death. In the last reading we done, a cycle had closed, but there is mastery in this, that she is sat on top of the skull, and there was where did I see? There's skulls in the back of the Magician card as well. Now, when we break things down, this is what we all look like. Every single bloody one of us, no matter what's on the outside, that's what we end up like. I don't know why I needed to say that. There's mushrooms in the background as well. But yeah, she has mastered death, as in endings and new beginnings. What else fell out with her? The Two of Pentacles. So there was some juggling. There was this juggling of either two ideas or two, it's decision making. And it's like, I've got to drop one of these because one's too heavy. They could be responsibilities, they could be jobs, they could be, Pentacles normally aren't thought patterns, that's Two of Swords, but it's like, I've got to drop one of these or even both of these to get into this energy of being able to receive. So she may have dropped a couple of responsibilities, financial responsibilities, and that was the clarity. But hang on a minute, are any of these mine? Do I like doing any of this? I mean, she doesn't look too happy. She looks overburdened. And then we have the Sun. So this weighing up, dropping of, moving, letting go of, this going backwards and forwards, releasing this Seven of Swords, knowing which water to pop your tail in, having the reliable source, whether that be other people or yourself. It doesn't matter. If you're seeking seclusion, then you are relying on yourself. Has put the energy of the Sun. And again, massive illumination and giving birth. This is harvest time. This is like one of the most positive, energetic. It's life energy. It's 100% life energy. Giving life, giving energy, being on fire, glowing. I don't know what more to say. There was a bit of heartbreak at the bottom, Three of Swords, but then an open heart, a broken heart is an open heart. Sometimes when we have to juggle and let things go, obviously, if we don't grieve it, the chances are we're going to call it, it's going to come back round again. So we have to go through this process, especially with the Death card of this, and that's the mastery of grieving. The mastery or the process of letting go of what is dead, what's no longer serving. And there is this shock maybe, and then a little bit of sadness. So there was a little bit of heartbreak in order to, but clarity, in order to get into this. And Sun energy, Moon energy, the Empress. I mean, she literally, I don't know how many hands she's got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hands. 7 hands full. Loads of hands and some chopped off heads. And almost like she's in a relay. She's just about to pass the torch. So they're passing that energy on. And then it multiplies. What else can we have? What else have we got? Magician energy, Empress energy, the Sun, the releasing of the Seven of Swords, which is, staying up all night, wondering if anything that causes you any mental anguish is a no. Go. It's not worth. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is, I am master of my kingdom in the material realm. I have worked hard to sit pretty on my throne in my purple because she's protected. She is literally calling in. So with the Empress and the Queen, it's really divine feminine energy at the highest level, really. You go from the Queen of Pentacles to the Empress, and she's like, I am in my throne, I am sitting in my kingdom, I'm not chasing, I'm creating. That's what these two do. I'm not chasing, I'm creating. I'm not chasing after anything outside of myself. I've gone into seclusion and I'm reliable in that. Queen of Pentacles. Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is moving away. They've already decided, they've turned their back on anything that Five of Swords is fuckery. Five of Swords is mind games. It's not being completely honest. It could be yourself, or you could be mind fucking yourself, or it's, I'm turning my back. I'm taking one step in this new direction. There's a castle in the background here, so she's off. She's going to go. They are going to go. Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. Waters that, you know, you can put your tail in, that you feel safe and secure in, that are going to benefit not just yourself. That time, that frequency is over. Service to self is done. Done. I'm saying that. I'm actually fucking calling that out. Service to self is done. That doesn't mean self-care. That doesn't mean being selfless and giving everything away, but it means what you do not only benefits you, but it benefits the collective. And this is the energy we're moving in, should we choose to, because we are in, you know, we are free to choose whatever we want, any old time. Right, I'm going to the Labyrinth fairies. Going to the Labyrinth fairies. What have you got to say on the situation? They're normally a lot deeper. Oh, chakras open, yeah, the Dark Lady and the Singers of Healing. So the Dark Lady, again, look at her. Oh, look at her. Look at her. She's got her crested crown, chakra open. She's like happy being naked, wings open. I think I'm all right with the tits because they're quite far away. Unconditional power and wisdom, rituals, mysteries, and secrets. There she is. We may reach the realm of the Dark Lady through grief, through deep surrender, through ecstasy, or through profound ritual. This card in the reading suggests that it's time to withdraw from the ordinary world and revitalize ourselves through retreat and surrender to Source. Unity in the Song of Alexis. This is a time of preparation for rebirth, of restoration and regeneration. What is hidden is ready to be revealed. Celebrate this passage through the unknown, rich, fertile, hidden realms of the Dark Lady. This is the time in the natural circle of life when we open ourselves to receive the inflowing energies of Himself, when we become powerful, overflowing with life force on the table. It may also be a time of prophecy, magic, and foretelling of potentials of the future, a time of self-awareness, self-knowledge, and encounters with the hidden worlds. meditate, retreat, seek serenity and inner peace. She's the guardian of beings unborn of the unconscious ideas and of seeds sprouting in the dark, cold earth, tender, fragile, and yet unready to face the bright sun and the winds of spring. She holds the embryonic hope we have not yet realized we have, and she is the lady and the mistress of the spiritual ritual. It's pretty much the kind of, the singer of healing. Number 10. So number 10 is always like a closing of a cycle, which we had in the last reading. We had the world, which was the completion of so I'll hold it up. This is the healer's card, and its presence in a reading may speak of healing to be given or healing to be received. Now that is that. Give me what I need. That's all you have to ask. The circumstances and process of reaching well-being may seem easy, or they may bring great challenges. In either case, we are asked to participate in our own healing as we are strengthened by this singer. Well, usually this singer speaks of both giving and receiving, because it cannot be you can't truly freely give without receiving as well. Healing is something that flows through us, not from us. And as such, we are inevitably affected by its passage. Drawing this card tells us of both a need and an opportunity for healing ourselves and perhaps others as well. As Warren, one of the teachers, said, healing is not something you do, it's something you are. Anything else? Or shall I go back to get a major arcana? Oh, they're so good. The Wild Daughter, 54. I can never pronounce these bloody cards. 64, 54. Epona's Wild Daughter, inner shadow, nightmare, depression, madness, and growth. So there was some shadow work that needed doing. She is a sphinx whose riddles must be answered lest we otherwise be destroyed by our own internal conflict. She reminds us that we cannot go forward until we have faced something buried within us that is holding us back. Her presence in the reading tells us finding and working through this task is some urgency. We cannot accept help from other people, the fairies, and from our dreams, but we must be open to these difficult questions and answers and be ready to face things about ourselves that are not as we would wish them to be. She urges us to heal the unresolved issues about who we really are and what we really want to be. This is the part required course in self-transformation that we all enrolled on Earth to do. The answers to our riddles often come in a sudden burst of enlightenment. We may watch a leaf fall. It's the wake-up call, the trumpet in that seclusion. The realization when we have it will be transformative. We will no longer be the people we were before. I'm going to go back to the Ella Guru Tarot. Get one more with the Empress and the collective energy at the moment. These beautiful hands art cards. I've never seen anything like them. And the more I play with them, the more I'm going to learn. And they say no. Okay. The High Priestess, the star. So the star is the highest level of healing. shine like the star that you are, pouring out, pouring in, giving out, giving in, stripping down naked. Now in this, she's like, it looks like Egypt. She's pouring into the water. She's got this suit on. She's like a superwoman with sunglasses on as well. And there's a little cap round her ankle. Reliability comes to mind. She's very grounded. She's not naked. Anyway, that was bottom of the deck. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is highest tuned under the moon. She works in the dark under the moon, and she sees without seeing. She knows without knowing. What have we got here? We've got the world up in the corner. We've got the wisdom of the owl. Again, there's all those, they look like hat boxes with the skull at the top. So it's almost like she intuitively knows when it's time, when it's time for death card overcoming, when something has died. Maybe even probably before it's happened. She's that intuitive. She can see, like I say, she can project her energy forward into a party or an opportunity and know instinctively whether she wants to be there or not, because she's done that work in her third eye. This book that she's got in her hand is like, I guess, the acoustic records. And she's got a plant growing in the other hand. So her ability to be able, she's like absolutely draped in blue, which is protection, and she's got a little treasure box. So these are hidden, with the High Priestess, often these are hidden abilities that are coming up to the surface, hidden treasures that are coming up to the surface from possibly our past lives, our acoustic records, to be used in this time now. But it's definitely a sign of listen to your instincts, listen to your gut feeling, listen to your dreams, and then follow whatever it is that they are telling you. And then the Hierophant. So you literally, this is a spiritual lesson, or it's a power couple. I'm not quite sure. The Empress with the Hierophant and the High Priestess is like, they're both playing guitar. So they're playing the same tune, or they're playing to each other. One's dark, one's light. The Hierophant often represents a level up in, it's like you've learned everything you can from the situation, dive into reading about it, learning about it, passing that information on, and then or seeking somebody who can help. But it's normally like a spiritual, there's something to be learnt here, which then actually projects you into a new timeline, is what I'm getting. And he's got this fire behind him again, and all these skulls, like there's so many skulls, it's almost like, it kind of feels like there's been a lot of past lives with all these skulls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, death card 6, clarity. So something, this could be old, new stuff, gifts coming online under this moon and sun energy, in this Empress energy. I mean, it is like all her hands are full with all these different tools that she's got. And I do feel like with these two coming out at the same time, there's like maybe a new or old spiritual, or you call it whatever you want, like some kind of ability that is going to come online after clearing out whatever that shadow is, or maybe just even having a look at those parts of ourselves, lets us go through this death of That's not me anymore. I'm not the same person I was yesterday. I'm not going to be the same person I am tomorrow because of the dreams that I have tonight. This is how quickly we are shifting. But that's, I don't know what else to say about that. It's the balancing of the high priest and the high priestess, and the Hierophant is like the high priest with the star card, and it could be actual union, but on a spiritual level, it's like walking. Queen of Pentacles is, I am on the 3D earth plane. I've got my kingdom. I'm in my divine feminine. I'm calling it in. I'm not chasing. I'm creating. And then this is just like a double whammy up in the sky, like the sun and the moon. Everything's all in balance. Everything's all in alignment. That is what I'm getting. And it was due to a clarity or a change of mind. Taking time in seclusion, siphoning through dirty water. Not just Seven of Swords is not just out there, it's in here as well. And then dropping something. I'm gonna close with, and it's put you in a position. The star card is wish fulfillment. Wishing on a star all the way you are. There we go. A little bit of singing for today. Got the bells playing in the background. Give us a closing card for this beautiful reading. That wanted to jump. That was release. So something needs to be let go of. It was the autumn, letting go of the leaves, letting them just fall off naturally. We don't go up to trees and shake them and make their leaves fall. I've just sat and watched, not just, but last year, one leaf dangling by its last thread on this huge tree on the top of a hill. And there's nothing you can do, you can't force it to fall off. The elements take care of that. It'll let it go when it's ready. Tsunami, wake up call, and lightning, power. So, right, that is what I'm getting here, was very much, there's a lot of fire energy around. And it's how we use it, do you know what I mean? Like, we've got the wake up call, reflection we had earlier. It's about looking back on where we've been, where we're going, what we've done, what we don't want to do again, just having that, and again, that's in solace, having that time, all ringing, taking time out to reflect upon what I've learned, what I can do with it, and where I'm going with it. Reflection. This one is Tsunami, the wake up call. Let's have a little look. I don't think I've had this one before. But yeah, so this is what I was saying in that seek seclusion, is there's a trumpet blowing in the background, which really feels like a wake-up call. Whenever there's a trumpet, it's a wake-up call. You're getting a wake-up call. It may be in the form of a significant loss or other dramatic event in your life. Typically one that you were not prepared for initially. You may feel stunned at first, surprised by the unexpected events that are occurring, yet you also know that it's time to draw back the curtain of avoidance and denial and confront the truth that exists in the subtext of this event. You are experiencing a real-life drama, so there's no need to amplify it more than it already is. Often when we look back after something like this has passed, you can recall signs that foreshadowed it happening. There may have been obvious clues that you ignored, omens that were so subtle they were easy to dismiss as the imaginations of the mind rather than the voice of your instinct. There are many anecdotes about animals operating purely on instinct, picking up on the clues and naturally seeking higher ground before an approaching tsunami reaches the land. To negotiate this wake-up call, listen closely to your instincts while at the same time seeking higher ground of spiritual truth. So that is the high priest and the high priestess. Tuning into your instincts, knowing when you're feeling something coming. If you're getting a little natter in your head about something or someone, then normally, like, especially if you've gone into seclusion, it extends our field. It extends our ability to be able to call things out or be able to tune in more, and then taking a higher level decision on it, learning from it, and then power, lightning. Lightning strikes, maybe once, maybe twice. Oh, and it lights up the night. Right. The power is available to you. The force of life itself is neutral. It's neither inherently good nor bad. It's how you utilize it. It will be determined whether it is ultimately harmful or life-giving and congruent with the will of the spirit that pulses through you. What is required is awareness of your intention, your values, and your willingness to act on them under the particular circumstances of your inquiry. Although you may see yourself as using this power for good, do not allow yourself to get caught up in the duality of good or bad, or in determining your decision or action. Through prayer and ceremony, you can tap into the spiritual force, and by paying close attention to Spirit's prompting, your choice will ultimately be revealed to you, one that is beyond your typical perspective. From there, you can continue to access this divine power that is the very driving force of the universe. I love you lot.